there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you're here. So today we are talking, and I wanted to address something. So Carlos King said on his own Messy Monday yesterday that he may have LaTricia's husband on a Messy Monday, you guys. And there's a couple of things that I want to address here, because I feel like, you know, from the video that I posted the other night regarding, you know, some of the criminal stuff that's coming up in regards to LaTricia's husband and technically both of her brother-in-laws, right? Because the other brother was also mentioned in that trafficking case, that trafficking and fraud case. So there were comments that were like, well, why is this happening? Why are we discussing this? You know, he's not on the show and blah, 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 blah. And what does this have to do with anything? He's not a cast member. And here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. Last I checked, LaTricia's mom has not been a cast member for a few seasons, but she's talked about almost every day on this platform, right? Because she's constantly going live and she's constantly, you know, getting people's attention. Either it's other content creators or, you know, just her daily bash Mel session, right? So that's her. Martell's 10-year side chick has yet to ever be on this show. She's discussed quite a bit on here, whether you like her or not. And nonetheless, she also wants to be discussed because she keeps putting herself out there and coming out of the bushes, trying to respond to everything. And not only that, she also talks to certain YouTubers and content creators under the guise of giving tea or whatever. And you guys don't, you know, you guys watch those videos, right? Last I checked, LeBarrick's not on the cast anymore. And even when he was on the cast, he was barely on the show. And, you know, we still talk about him. We talked about Destiny when she wasn't on the show anymore. We talked about all kinds of people who aren't on the show. The Scotts, #1 fan of Melody and Van, their stalker. The brother who has his own platform, who dedicates every single day to slander and defaming Melody Shree Rogers and her mom. He gets talked about all the time, and he's not a cast member on the show. You see where I'm going with this? Just like Nell's stepdaughter is not on the show, but got a lot of noise because of what she revealed about her experience being, you know, regarding her father and her mom and Nell's role in that, allegedly, right? So there's a lot of nuances. There's a lot of examples of people who either formerly were on the show or are not on the show at all and never been a cast member at all, that still make a lot of headlines on YouTube because of the affiliation, whether it is a relative, a friend, or whomever, or a side chick for 10 years, that it's relevant because they're still referenced on the show, you guys, or have made an appearance on the show. In all of those situations, you guys, everyone but the millimeters, right? And that's another cast member that isn't on the show, that is discussed ad nauseum now this season as part of a smear campaign, you guys. None of the people who consider themselves millimeters or Mel supporters are anywhere on this show. They're not filming scenes, going back and forth with the ops who have smoke for them, right? But we discuss it because it keeps getting mentioned. Just like this season, like I said in another video, we could have a drinking game for as much as Martell's side chick is being referenced as coleslaw this season. It's like they're just out with it boldly for some reason, right? So this notion that, oh, we can only talk about people that are cast members on the show. Well, the problem is the non-cast members, the non-current cast members, are the ones that is causing a lot of the disruption, or causing a lot of the chaos that's taking place, right? Are causing a lot of these conversations to happen because there's nothing happening on the show. So that's why we bring it up. That's why we talk about it, right?
It's not to be messy or petty. It's not my fault these people got arrested. I had nothing to do with that. I didn't tell them to go traffic and go, scam the people and pretend to be something that they weren't and transfer money, launder money and put it in, offshore accounts. I didn't tell them to do any of that. They did that off their own volition. I don't know these people. Like I said, I've never been to Huntsville. Don't know nobody in Huntsville, right? But again, it's just funny because Carlos King makes the comment that he's thinking of having the husband on the show on Messy Monday. He's never said anything like that in regards to Martell's side chick, but he wants to have the husband on Messy Mondays. Why? To gawk at him like you do Apollo, like Phaedra's ex-husband for Los Angeles? Like, what's the tea, right? Or is that an introductory thing because you want to potentially have him on the show, allegedly, right? And I want to bring something else up because I am shocked that you guys do not see the similarities in reverse of this Ken, LaTricia, and her husband situation as it relates to Martell, his side chick, and Mel's situation. It's literally the same situation in reverse if you guys think about it, and we're going to break that down. So to me, it looks like the way that this is being set up with this situationship with Ken and LaTricia is the constant talk of the husband. I feel like the husband is either going to appear now, whether it's at the reunion or the second half of this season, right? Because they're going to, Ken and LaTricia are going to play up this relationship and he wants to propose. And then what's going to happen is the husband's going to come on the show and spill the tea, right? But what's happened in reverse is that Mel and Martell were married. We had the tea that Martell was a cheater, and Carlos originally had wanted the side chick on the show to have a confrontation with Mel, right? But this is going to be set up in reverse to try to have, the husband, basically check Ken, right? Or son Ken, or whatever, right? And regardless of what's happening in this marriage, but I feel like that is where we're headed, right? Because Carlos King, he cannot survive if there is not a triangle of sorts or even a fabricated one, you guys, allegedly, right? But that's where I feel like things are going. I feel like, this is setting up to bring in the husband so the husband can quote unquote tell his side the same thing that they did with the Maurice and Kimmy and Kauai situation, in which there was, questions on whether or not Kimmy was a side chick, if there was overlap. Next thing you know, the first wife is brought in, right? And now this extensive talk about, Ken and LaTricia's suspect relationship, how things are awkward among the family. There's issues regarding the timeline of when actually LaTricia separated from her husband. Now people have located the husband and are doing their own digging. So now all of a sudden, some people are like, hey, he's fine, right? So some people want to see this husband, right? And they want to get the tea on why they're not together, why there's not a divorce filing if you believe LaTricia, or why the divorce papers haven't been signed if you believe Ken, right? But I feel like this is all being set up to bring him on the show one way or the other, even if it's just for him to explain this situation. But it also is not helping matters, also having him this Martell component on whether or not they hooked up as well, whether him and Tricia hooked up. So it's just a lot of moving parts, you guys. But the reason that I did that video exposing, the husband and his brothers and all of the things is because as long as LaTricia keeps mentioning this husband every episode, he's very much relevant whether or not he's a cast member, right? Until we can get to the bottom of what the truth is as to why there is not a divorce with this husband, her and Ken will never thrive, you guys. So therefore, the husband is in the mix whether he is a cast member on the show or not. And the fact that Carlos King is talking about even bringing him on just even as Messy Monday should tell you that he has some plans in the works, if not already, in regards to this husband to bring life to the storyline, you guys. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.